Hello, my name is Kyung-hee Hong, and my oral presentation topic is FEMA's Individual and Household Program. My presentation consists of 5 parts. Number 1 is what is IHP, 2. IHP assistance, 3. Conditions and limitation of IHP, 4. Dilemma of IHP, 5. Implication and discussion. Now let's do the first part. First of all, I will explain what is Individual Household Program. IHP is kind of famous Individual Assistance Recovery Program. This program oriented to individuals, families, and small businesses, and the programs include temporary housing assistance, individual and family grants, and legal services. The disaster victim must first register for assistance and establish eligibility. There are 3 national centers, and these centers provide centralized disaster application services for disaster victims. These centers have automated registration service. This automatic system provides automatic determination of eligibility for about 90% of disaster housing cases, usually within 10 days of application. The individual and household program provides funds for the necessary expenses and serious needs of disaster victims that cannot be met through insurance or other forms of disaster assistance. This program is not cover all losses, not intend to restore condition before disaster, not provide losses covered by insurance. Now we look at individual and household programs assistance in detail. The first one is housing assistance. Housing assistance consists of 4 steps. The first step is temporary housing. It is money to rent a different place to live or a temporary housing unit when rental properties are not available. The second is repair. It is money for homeowners to repair damage from the disaster that is not covered by insurance. The goal is to repair the home to a safe and sanitary living or functioning condition. The third is replacement. This money is available to homeowners to replace their home destroyed in the disaster that is not covered by insurance. The goal is to help the homeowner with the cost of replacing their destroyed home. Lastly, permanent housing construction. It is direct assistance or money for the construction of a home. This type of assistance occurs only in very unusual situations, in locations specified by FEMA, where no other type of housing assistance is possible. Next, IHP assistance for other needs. Other needs assistance provision of the Individuals and Households Program provides grants for uninsured, disaster-related unnecessary expenses and serious needs. This assistance includes medical and dental expenses, funeral and burial costs, and repair, cleaning, or replacement of clothing, household items, specialized tools for protective clothing and equipment required for jobs, and cleanup items and fuel for primary heat source, repairing or replacing vehicles damaged by the disaster, or providing for public transportation, and moving and storage expenses. Individual and household programs have specific conditions and limitations. I will explain about the several points about this. The first, settlement assistance. Disaster housing assistance is not intended to substitute for private recovery efforts, but to complement those efforts when needed. FEMA expects minor housing damage or the need for short-term shelter to be addressed by homeowners or tenants. Furthermore, the disaster housing program is not a loss indemnification program and does not ensure that applicants are returned to their pre-disaster living conditions. Second, proper use of assistance. All financial assistance provided by FEMA should be used as specified in writing. To rent another place to live, to make the home repairs identified by FEMA, or to replace or repair personal property. A failure to use the money as specified may result in ineligibility for additional assistance. All money provided by FEMA is tax-free, and applicants are responsible for providing all documentation necessary for FEMA to evaluate eligibility and should keep all receipts and records for any housing expenses incurred as a result of the disaster. This includes receipts for repair supplies, labor, and rent payments. Lastly, duration of assistance. Repair and replacement assistance is provided as one-time payment. Temporary housing assistance is provided for an initial period of 1, 2, or 3 months. To be considered for additional assistance, applicants must demonstrate that they have spent any previous assistance from FEMA as instructed, and must demonstrate their effort to re-establish permanent housing. Additional assistance is generally provided for 1, 2, or 3 months at a time. The maximum period for assistance is 18 months. Next, I'd like to talk about the dilemma of IHP. Due to the very nature of the government's need to quickly provide assistance to the disaster victims, federal disaster programs are vulnerable to significant risk of improper payment and fraudulent activities. Hurricane Katrina destroyed homes and displaced millions of individuals. In the wake of these natural disasters, FEMA faced the challenge of providing assistance quickly and with minimal red tape, while having sufficient controls to provide assurance that benefits were paid only to eligible individuals and households. In response to this challenge, FEMA provided payments to affected households via its expedited assistance program. In the year of 2005, IHP payments totaled about 5.4 billion, with 2.3 billion provided in the form of EA. These payments are made via checks, electronic fund transfers, and a small number of debit cards. In the year of 2006, General Accounting Office testified concerning extensive fraud, waste, and abuse in the individuals and household program. GAO identified significant internal control weakness that resulted in FEMA making tens of thousands of expedited assistance payments that were based on bogus registration data. GAO also found numerous other internal control failures in FEMA's IHP disaster assistance program, resulting in an estimate that FEMA made 600 million to 1.4 billion in improper and potentially fraudulent payments. So, GAO provides a framework for internal control that can be used to minimize fraudulent, wasteful, and abusive activity. This well-designed fraud prevention system should consist of three crucial elements. First, upfront preventive controls. Second, detection and monitoring. And third, investigations and prosecutions. The upfront upfront preventive controls can help screen out the majority of fraud and are the most effective and efficient means to minimize fraud, waste, and abuse. Next part is implication and discussion. Now we can see that IHP are effective and direct recovery tool for individual and family to provide foundation of returning their basic daily life. And IHP should deal with dual challenges, delivering aid as quickly as possible while at the same time ensuring that relief payments go only to those who are really in need. As we read in Schneider's book, the more strict assistance procedure made the responsive speed slowly, and the disaster victims couldn't get the assistance timely and quickly. But considering the enormous scale of assistance money, fraud prevention is also important. So I'd like to discuss about how can we find the proper way to balance between the responsiveness to the disaster victims and the fraud prevention. My presentation is up to here. Please feel free to comment on my presentation. Thank you.